Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lapsed Comic Fan. I'm Steve, and today I'm talking Justice League: The Last Ride. So I'm running a contest right now. I'm giving away this 30th anniversary commemorative box set for The Dark Knight Returns. All you'll have to do is comment on the Lapsed Comic Fan Batman #1 video and tell me what your favorite Batman story is, your favorite arc, whatever, like No Man's Land, Hush, all that type of stuff. And I will randomly pick which one I like, or if there's a decent amount of them, which I hope there will be. There's only one or two right now. I'll do it randomly, so it's fair. That drawing will be on December 9th, regardless of how many there is. Guys, literally all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and make a comment. I've already given other stuff away and no one's had a problem with it. So if you could do me a favor, share the video, like and subscribe, and get some comments. Let's start talking about this stuff. And you'll win. I mean, it's cool. You'll win some stuff. That's pretty neat. So Justice League: The Last Ride is written by Chip Zdarsky, and Miguel Mendonça is the artist for issue #1. And so it starts off crazy. I have not read the Justice League in a long time. So I wanted to read something, and it's kind of hard when you look something up and you don't know where to start. And Justice League was on already like issue 60 or something. I was like, man, that's a lot of back reading. So I saw this series that was out and it had just finished. It's a 7-book series, so I went out and ordered it, and I also got it digitally. So thought that was a cool place to start, kind of get into the Justice League, and we're going to go right into the book. So the book starts off, Superman is fighting Doomsday and saving people. He goes to the Fortress of Solitude and Lois is there. Clark has been stressed from all the disasters and she wants to know how she can help. Clark responds with just being there with him is all the help he needs, and they go to bed. So I guess Superman has been stressed out because the first panel looked like he was fighting Doomsday, and they just kind of brush over it like it's just another encounter with Doomsday, the guy that killed you or put you into a healing coma. I didn't know that was just like a Tuesday anymore in the Justice League or for Superman. So Jimmy is screaming for help and people are dying. Metropolis is falling apart and the daily planet Globe falls and is about to crush people, and Superman is holding it up. But he can't because it starts to break apart and it looks like it's filled with kryptonite, and he starts to weaken, and one of his biggest fears comes true. He's about to lose and not save people. So right then and there he wakes up. He's holding it right above his head. It starts to break apart and it looks like it's going to crush a whole bunch of citizens, and that's probably one of his biggest fears, is not being able to save anybody and Superman failing. So already right here they're hitting you with failure, and it seems that things haven't been going so well for the League. So when he wakes up, he walks over to a box. The Justice League monitor is going off, and we cut to Flash and Wonder Woman are at the tower wondering why they were all summoned by John Stewart. Superman shows up, and so does Batman, who starts to take the lead at the agitation of Superman. But before they could get into it, a hologram of John Stewart's face appears, and they're coming through the docking bay. They need the League to meet them there. So you see Batman just kind of comes in. I guess they haven't been together for a while, like Flash says, and he just automatically starts taking the lead, and Superman's like, hey, buddy, none of that. So the Green Lanterns have captured Lobo, the most wanted man in the universe, the man who killed the New Gods, and they need the League to protect him and keep him alive. Right then and there, when I saw this, my mind started going in so many directions. Like, what are they up to? Like, what reason could they have to want to protect Lobo? Lobo is to go on trial, and the Lanterns don't have enough people to watch over him, so he sees justice and isn't taken out by any of his enemies. Hal Jordan shows up and tells the Justice League that he's rebuilding the core. They've lost jurisdiction through the United Planets, and he wants to show them that they can do this. There's a little bit behind what Hal's doing. Like I said, he wants to show the United Planets that he can do this, and what he means by that is he wants to show that Earth can do this, and he wants to make the moon the new Oa, the base of the new Green Lantern Corps that he's rebuilding. So that's pretty wild right there. I mean, making a new Oa, I don't know what happened to the old one. So I don't have any answers there. I'd have to do some back reading. So if they pull this off, they could deputize heroes on Earth as Green Lanterns, and they wouldn't need a Justice League anymore. That's interesting. Not using the Justice League. I highly doubt DC would be down with that. Superman and Wonder Woman think about it. Batman says no. These are politics. Cosmic politics. And he has people on Earth that need protecting. Hal persists, and Batman wishes them good luck. So right off the bat, Batman's like, No, I'm not involved with your politics, your cosmic space politics, no. Back in Gotham, Batman is about to take on Mr. Freeze and tells Alfred that he doesn't need help from the rest of the Bat family. Freeze has the elites of Gotham frozen up to their necks, making some self-righteous speech about the world burning, and then they have 15 minutes before and then all of a sudden, Batman throws one of his batarangs, sticks in him, and he starts to fight with Mr. Freeze. It's actually pretty awesome, because Freeze is making this ridiculous speech, and Batman just starts coming in and starts to kick his ass. Batman jumps down and kicks Freeze in the face, and he tells him it's over. But Freeze is like, nah, it's not over, because I have bombs all over the city. Batman has Alfred reroute the Bat family to scan the city for temperature fluctuations. Superman shows up, and Batman knocks out Freeze. Supes wants to talk. Batman says meet him in an hour. They meet at the Bat Cave. From the tension before, it seems like Superman is kind of on board with Hal in this plan, and Batman's obviously not. So we're going to have like this classic Batman-Superman mentality, way they do things type of confrontation. Clark makes his case for helping Hal. Bruce declines. Superman goes off on him about Jean's death and how it was Batman's fault. So there you go. There it is. There is the part that we don't fully know, but that is probably why the League is at odds and why Flash had said earlier they haven't been summoned in a long time. Something happened that Clark is holding against Batman. Because even though they're friends and Batman acts that way, Superman is usually very tolerable of him because he knows that Batman always comes through, even if he doesn't seem like he wants to. And Batman's being more standoffish than usual, so he must be harboring some sort of guilt for this too and not telling anybody. Because, you know, self-brooding is the way of the Bat. Superman is tired of the fighting and wants Batman to put aside his obstinance and just help. Bruce says Hal was right. If they're to pull this off in hiding Lobo, they've got to go back to Apocalypse. So what he meant by Hal was right, Hal had said earlier that Batman would be the only person to know how to do this, how to hide him and where to go. Going to Apocalypse, though? What happened to Apocalypse? Isn't that where Darkseid is from? Isn't that where he lives or something? So I missed a lot of things by not reading, because that's one place nobody wants to go. That's the end of issue 1. I'm going to start issue 2. So issue number 2 starts off with Before. Seems like we're going to get what had happened when Jean, the Martian Manhunter, had died, or what led to the League being at odds. We jump back in time to Before. Wonder Woman is trying to get a hold of Cyborg and is fighting with Granny Goodness. Batman and Jean are trying to stop boom tube nukes, but time is running out. So it seems like all over the place, they're sending nukes, but using boom tubes. And that's pretty awesome. There's really, how could you stop that? Once they're sent through, unless they're inert, they're going to explode and there ain't shit you can do. Granny gets Diana right in the side, and Wonder Woman spins and cuts her head off and tells Cyborg they need to evacuate Earth. This was awesome. Granny Goodness and her fighting, Wonder Woman's just whoosh, and you just see the shadow and this head over here and a body over here. Classic Wonder Woman. It's pretty badass. It's impossible to clear out the main cities in enough time. Nightwing is having the same problem in Gotham, so he's moving people underground. Aquaman feels a massive electrical current, and that's it. No one can detect him anymore. It looks like Aquaman is no longer Aquaman. How sad. Batman and Jean are in Darkseid's control center, sending Victor the controls to decode and stop the boom tubes from sending the nukes. Jean's telepathy is picking up parademons and something else, and will try to hold them off as long as he can, but if Cyborg can't deliver, he wants to know Batman's plan. Batman doesn't have a plan right now. He's being overwhelmed because it seems like he can't stop what's going on. He is so overwhelmed with what is happening. He just doesn't have anything. And it's crazy. This must be such a dire straits that Batman doesn't have a plan, because he always has a plan. That's what the whole case with Batman is. He can beat anybody with prep time, even though he's just a guy. They prepare for the worst and ask Hal and Clark where Darkseid is, who they've been tracking towards Oa. Clark tells him he hasn't shown up, but his armies have via boom tubes. On Oa, Hal is arguing with the Guardians about their truce with Apocalypse, and he knew that this would happen sooner or later. That's a good point, because the Guardians, I know they have all this information, but they never show them correctly. That I remember. They're always these self-righteous little buttholes who have these really terrible backdoor deals. And they made a deal with Darkseid. That's never gonna work out. I don't care how great you think the deal is. It's always double-sided with Darkseid. And Hal's like, you guys are dicks. I knew this would happen. You lie, and you say these things, or you omit truth. You know, and you're dicks. You're just dicks. You little dicks.
Green Lantern Guardians. Dicks.
They need to stop Darkseid from gaining control of the central battery. Could you imagine if Darkseid, the willpower of Darkseid, if he gets the control of the central battery? Green Lantern Darkseid? Dude, that would be insane. Batman lets them know he and Jean will hold their own here on Apocalypse. Hal has to get the Guardian to the others who are hiding when a huge boom tube opens and Darkseid comes through with dead Guardians in each hand. When I saw this, I was like, holy shit. This is getting cool. Cuts back to now. Flashes with Batman talking about the idea of hiding Lobo on Apocalypse. Batman feels no one would suspect it, and it hides their unique power signature so no one would be able to scan the surface of the planet for them. And I guess if Apocalypse is empty, because I don't know why it is, that would be a good way to do it. No one's gonna think to go there because no one wants to go there. Not even bad guys. Flash goes to the back of the ship with Wonder Woman watching over Lobo. And he taunts them both with calling them gutless, and taking him out would be the only solution. So Lobo is messing with him. Wally is very easily, disrupted because he's never been to Apocalypse, and he's just being taunted and messed with. And Lobo's great because he's just such an asshole. Flash is a little paranoid as he's never been to Apocalypse. Superman and Jon Stewart are the ship's guide because they're charting near a black hole and they're on debris duty. John and Clark talk about the bad blood between Bruce and Clark and tries to tell Clark that Jean made his own decision. So something must have happened where Clark is blaming Batman for a decision that Jean made, probably a selfless one, and Bruce let it happen. That's the only thing that I could gather from this when I was reading it. All of a sudden, a distress call comes from a nearby ship that's lost its thrusters and is being sucked in by the black hole. Superman slows it down but can't stop it. The League is there to help. Batman saw the ship on the radar and called Hal in. So it shows you that there is still teamwork there, and it kind of is emphasizing that they do have everyone's back regardless of personal problems. They might have issues with each other, but one of them is in need, or if anybody's in need, they're all going to work together. So that's a good sign for them. They'll be free of the black holes shortly. The ship's inhabitants are happy to see Green Lanterns patrolling again. Just then, Batman announces they're coming into Apocalypse. It's mostly dormant, but they need to be on alert. Lobo laughs and says he's happy to have a front seat to watch them all die. First two issues were really, really cool, man, and it gets crazy from here. I'm going to do the rest of the 7, and I think the fight that you're going to see, because there's a couple of twists here, where Jean's death is a twist, but also how it happens and why it happens, because Apocalypse is supposed to be empty. And they kind of show you why it's supposed to be empty, and they show you why it's not empty anymore. and what goes down from there. I really, really liked this story. It was very fast paced. I read it all in one day, and I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the art was okay. There is some really kick-ass art in the second book. I'm not sure if it's a different artist. I don't remember. If it is, I will put that up whenever I go to book 2. And the panel with Darkseid with the Green Lantern in his hand, the Guardians, it is sick. He is so menacing. You really feel the threat that something big is going to happen. This isn't like Darkseid from, what can I say, Countdown, where you go in and he's sitting on Jimmy Olsen's couch, like wanting some orange juice. This is Darkseid. This is badass Darkseid. I'm gonna kill you all. So, what did you guys think? Did you like Justice League: The Last Ride? Is there any other Justice League stories that are new that I should read? I'm going to continue to do this. So next week, during the drawing, next week will be the voted on comics. So far, I have only 2 votes, guys. I appreciate those 2 votes, but I would like to have more. You can go to my Instagram and you could see a post where there's an X-Men comic, there's a Wildcats comic, there's an Iron Man comic. So far, there's a vote for the Wildcats, and so far, there's a vote for the X-Men. If I have to pick between those 2, I'll probably pick Wildcats because I have done X-Men and I will be continuously reviewing the Hickman X-Men. I just want to spread some franchises out a little bit until I get a lot more reviews under my belt, because sometimes I'm not very good at doing this. This is all about being a lapsed fan and coming back and trying to... It's like an assault on, like, I'll remember stuff and then I'll be like, hey, why isn't this person acting this way? And then things have changed so much in the past 17 years, 18 years, so... Remember, go to Batman #1. I will put a box at the end of the video for you to be able to go there and click right on it. Make your comment so you can be entered to win the 30th anniversary Dark Knight Returns box set. Tomorrow night, John and I will be recording the Pop Culture Project Roundup, where we will be talking about the new It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the South Park post-COVID special, which was crazy. It was really funny. We will be talking about the Wheel of Time up to episode 4. We will be reviewing our comics that we picked out. I got a pretty cool one that actually made me go buy all the backstory to it. I had Dark Knight's Death Metal, and it was so confusing, I actually had to go order all of the, including the tie-ins, all of Dark Knight's Metal and all of Dark Knight's Death Metal. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would help out a lot. Everybody have an awesome weekend. Peace.